Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the EDM Grid Podcast. My name is Henry, also known as Henkray. I'm joined by Oswald, aka Oswald. How's it going?
Yo, it's going great. And my hair is a fucking mess, but you'll have to.
Amen. This is why I don't have a camera on, because I just don't have to do
it.
anything. I'm too lazy. I'm still in my pajamas. I can't be.
Yeah,
I can't be.
You always are. I believe you don't ever get out of those. So.
No, I never. I go to school in them as well.
Damn. All right.
And after school, hopefully I can be as successful as the man joining us for this podcast today. These are the worst segues known to existence. But joining us today, we have Elijah, aka Eliderp. Eliderp, however you want to say it. Eli, how's it going?
Oh,
yo.
I already know I'm having a good time.
Exactly.
Some cursed pics on my camera.
He's gonna send one more.
No, I'm not gonna send anymore.
Oh, okay, all right. Thank God. I'm
Did you go out of school and became successful though?
Or me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did I?
Tell the audience a bit about yourself, because the audience probably seen you around here and there, but tell them a bit about what you do.
I kind of just make music and art. That's kind of that's mainly like all I spend my time doing is just making music for like not just myself, but like other like projects and stuff like that as well. But kind of just all kinds of music at the end of the day. I just like to create things. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what we're here about. Yeah.
Wait, so how did you actually get into like EDM? Because you've sent me like a couple of your projects, and you do like so much stuff. You've like, we'll get into it later, but you send projects kind of everywhere. So like, how did you start making music and kind of getting into the style that you sort of do now?
That's a good question. I would say like when I was like in 9th or 10th grade, like in like high school, probably just like one summer, I think I was bored, and like I think I was like I'm just gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna figure out how to make music, because I kept listening to all this feature bass, and I was like, I need to know how they make that shit, because I want to make my own. And so I like cracked FL Studio, and I just like spent the entire summer just locked in on FL Studio and watching videos and stuff. And then I don't know, something kind of clicked with me. Like I kind of like figured like, oh, I actually like really enjoy this. Like, and so like the next summer and like next semester and all that kind of stuff, I kind of just like kept working on music in my spare time and like trying to figure things out. Because like I don't know, I think a big part of what KFC wanting to make music is just like understanding like everything about it, and like everything that people, all the techniques and all the like different like things that you can do to make sounds or mix and that kind of stuff. So I think I kind of just like, I was always on like that sound design grind set, just trying to figure out how to like level up my skills and get better at like everything I was doing basically. But I don't really know how my style formed. I guess that's just kind of like over time, like that's kind of just the way I was producing music, and then that's kind of just how it formed into the style it is now.
What were the artists that inspired you? Because like what time did you sort of start doing your stuff? I
think it's been about like 7-8 years now at this point.
Ooh.
So like 26.
Long time.
Wait, so what color based or like future based artists did you sort of listen to? Because I'm like, there's probably quite a few still from that era that are around.
Yeah, I think one of like the main ones was like 10 Kitsune or something like that. I think that's what their name is. They made like future bass or something. Like they're like a furry. They made like future bass or some shit. But I was like hopping to a Discord server, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna make that music." Try to figure it out, and I was like sending like really shitty ass demos like every day, just like really bad future bass demos.
Wait, so you started out in future bass?
Yeah, I started out with like future bass. Like nice. With like the kawaii future bass, like fucking cute future bass shit. I was like, I need to figure this out. And then I like pivoted, like one day I was like, oh, I'm gonna figure out how to make a hybrid trap. So I like spent forever like figuring out how to use like Serum and like using presets and shit, making some really shitty drops. And then after hybrid trap, I was like shifting into trap, because there's like that whole underground like scene of people making these like really weird beats. Like that's kind of like starting to go mainstream now, which is like really crazy. Like some of those people I worked with like 6 years ago, like making beats for fucking Yeet and shit now. But like I pivoted to like the trap kind of stuff, which is why I think like there's like people out there that kind of still remember me like in the underground, because I had like I was like working with like a few people like Tigwog and like other like AK Colette and those kind of people who made beats and shit. And then after that, like I don't know, I think I pivoted just like to dubstep. And that was like a significant chunk of my time was just spent making dubstep, like rhythm. Whenever that fucking Virtual Riot EP came out, it was like I think it was like the German engineering EP or some shit. I was like,
oh yeah,
or
nice.
like the Mechanicals EP. Like I remember like hearing that and I was like, yo, I gotta like learn how to make rhythm now. And then fucking, I think one day I got really bored of making dubstep, so I wanted to make drum and bass. And then like,
Bro,
You've been
I love how you
everywhere.
just switch from
You've been everywhere.
you just switch from genre like it's nothing.
and then there was like a point in my life where like I had just met like Noir, and then we were just hopping on Discord calls every day. Like I think I was on Clip, like that website, like CLYP, like you just upload like clips basically, and then there's like a big
Right.
thing with that where it's like everyone like there's a leaderboard system on the website for a long time. So you'd submit a song and then people would vote on the song, and then the ones that got the most votes would be showcased in front of the website for a week or something. So I always made it
That's
like a
really
challenge,
cool.
like to get way better
I
at like
love that.
producing, so people would upvote my songs, and like I would get on the front of the website. And I think from Clip is where like I met a lot of the people I know now in the scene of like Paper Skies, like I don't know, basically everyone that like I knew, like I know now was on Clip at the same time, like uploading like their work in progress, little ideas and stuff. And like where there was a small community on Clip for sure, without there actually being a community anywhere like on Discord. It was just like familiar names basically. Every time you open up Clip, you'd see like the same people uploading the music and stuff around the same time. But I
Whoa.
remember I found Noir like on Clip because one of his songs went on the fucking leaderboard for a week. And I remember like I was like, dude, this song, like the bass is crazy. I need to hit him up and like ask him like I made that bass. Um but anyways, I hit him up and then like he's like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you messaging me? But we started like hopping in Discord
Damn.
calls like every night, like and like producing and just like making sounds and sharing ideas and techniques and stuff. And there's a whole like probably 2.5 year period where we were both so locked in on like sci-fi sound design, like the Transformers sounds and like shit in
Oh.
movies and video games. And like there's like a I feel like that the sci-fi sound design kind of like, or like that understanding of like not just like musical sound design, but like sound design for more practical applications, like really filled that gap of knowledge that I was looking for. Because like there's so many techniques for just making sounds, like not like musical sounds, but just like any kind of sounds in
Yeah.
general for like various purposes. But I felt like I could take that knowledge that those people were talking about and then apply it to like dubstep or drum and bass or some shit like that to kind of like create, crazy sounds, or kind of just level up my game a bunch, like a bunch more. Um, but yeah, I mean, like that was kind of like the main part of my like. I think that's where I started making the most music was when I was like really inspired by the sci-fi stuff, and then making a bunch of those sounds every night with Noir. Um, but then after
Just
that, like
experimenting and
yeah, we
yeah.
were just really just experimenting, like just fucking making like random stuff. Like I'm sure I have like some renders somewhere like from ages ago on my Mac or something.
Oh damn.
Not the
Like
like 2016 Eliderp beats, bruh.
oh yeah,
It's
dude, I have a bunch of like really old songs. Like they're still like some I listen to like old stuff. I'm like damn, like that idea is kind of fire. Like I didn't realize I thought about that idea like that long ago.
Yeah.
I want to kind
But
of
Nice.
go back to the start. Was there any sort of were you like musically involved before you wanted to do music producing, or was it just out of the blue? Yes, I want to start doing this now because I thought it was really cool.
yeah, so like when I was like I think ever since I was 5 or 6 years old, I was like my parents put me on piano lessons. So I played piano for
Mhm.
like a good chunk of my life, about like 10 or 11 years or so. And like there was a point in like my piano, like I think it was like ninth or 10th grade. It was like right before I started making music. It was like ninth grade probably. I was like, because I had weekly lessons. I would go like piano practice every week for like 2 hours, and like I big thing like I just like started falling off like the practicing. I was like, bro, I was getting tired of it. I was getting good at piano, but I was just really tired of like having to go and practice the same songs all the time, and it was just like
Right.
all this crazy classical music, and it was like I like really enjoyed it, but like the part of me was like, I want to like, I'm kind of tired of this routine. Like, I don't want like to do piano anymore because I'm like, I kind of just grew out of it a little bit. So I just like, that's kind of like when I started making music. I just like got bored of piano, and then I just got interested in like producing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What?
I guess it kind of also helped with the mystic theory and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because like I feel like I have like a decent understanding of like basic music theory. Like I remember even like I did like I participated in like music theory tests. Basically, that was like a thing. There's like a like you like go and you go sit in the room and like they give you like a test and it's just music theory questions and shit. Like
Damn.
I think we have
random
that
stuff.
now because
Yeah,
I'm doing piano lessons, and I think now there's like you have to pass a music theory test as well as the actual like
yeah.
playing of the piano to sort of.
Well, it helps a lot. Like even like like the things I forgot about years ago, although they'll still pop up like now. Like and when I do various projects, like one of the feedbacks I got recently, like they just sent me a picture and then someone had drawn out like 2 bars with a bunch of beats, and it was like accent these last 2 beats. And so like if I didn't know any music theory, I would like look at that and be like, what the fuck am I looking at? Because
Yeah.
now like I understand like, oh, there's just beats and like yeah, I understand like what I'm looking at. I can still kind of read sheet music and stuff. But that's all just like in the back of my head. Like it's not like I'm not ever like really thinking about theory when I'm producing. I kind of just place notes.
Fair enough.
Right.
That's sort of what music producing is really, just placing notes and seeing what works.
Yeah, clicking
Yeah, to an
buttons,
extent, it
tweeting
kind of is like
knobs.
that. Yeah.
So how
What's
did
up?
you
Just whatever
actually
comes
like
up.
get started with learning how to music produce? Because a lot of it nowadays is like I hear so much of my friends going, "Oh, like I want to start learning, but it's so intimidating. There's so much stuff." So how did you personally sort of start to unpack all of it and get used to actually starting to do some of these things?
Just like making music, honestly, like I've probably made thousands of ideas over the years, but like a big part of like getting better is actually just doing it. Like, because that's the only way you're gonna get better is like by practicing things that you learn. Like I just used to watch videos, like, and I honestly I feel like part of it too, like the YouTube space for music production is way different now than it was like 7 years ago for sure. Like
Definitely.
the kinds of videos that were on my feed like 7 years ago for production were like way different than what's on everyone else's feed now. Like the main channels when I like started producing were like Rocket Powered Sound and Seamless R and like Mr. Bill, and those were like the top channels I probably watch all the time. And then like just random like other people talk like Wubix was one of those people. Like he made like those dubstep breakdown video things, like kind of like the meme production content kind of shit. But like now it's like there's so many different tutorials out there. There's so much different knowledge, and everyone has different opinions on stuff. But I feel like it's like the YouTube space is way more oversaturated now. So I kind of just like feel like it's harder to navigate. But no, I would just like watch videos and then like I would like practice the techniques they would explain in the videos. Like I just like sit there and like maybe I'd remake the sound they made or like follow along. I watch like the VR, like the Virtual Riot live streams a lot too. That kind of helped like kind
Oh
of
yeah, those.
speed up my
And
learning process.
like the production time and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Or studio
exactly.
time actually.
Yeah, studio time. Yeah,
Yeah.
those were fire. Like I remember there's like one Virtual Riot stream or something I remember watching a lot. Like I used to go back to it all the time, and like because of the vocal chops and stuff, I was like, bro, I didn't even know you could do that in Ableton. And like I was like trying to figure it out. I was like, bro, this is fucking crazy. Like,
Wait,
but yeah, just
Ableton
watching
or FL
videos.
Studio? What one do you use?
Well, I started in FL Studio, like for the first couple of years, and then I realized like I really wasn't getting any better at the software. Like it was like limiting me, so I just switched to Ableton because I had like
And then I matured.
yeah, I had like I got like a well, even before I was like producing music, I got like a launch pad on for Christmas because I would go on YouTube and I see those like launch pad videos of people
Oh my
performing
god,
like
yes, I
songs.
remember those.
I remember like begging my parents. I was like, "Can I
Those are
please
fire.
get a launch pad? Like, please." And so like for Christmas one year, I got a launch pad, and then I didn't know how to use it because
Nice.
like the first thing you do when you plug in the launch pad is it tells you to download Ableton Live. And I was like, "What the fuck is Ableton?" And like and
Damn.
that's when I realized like all the launchpad videos is like it's like smoke and mirrors. It's like they're not actually those buttons aren't actually playing any sounds. Like they're pressing lights. They're just animating light effects. And I was like, no, that was like a
Oh
fucking like
no.
was like, bro, I got this launch pad, but like I can't like now I can't
Damn.
play any songs because I gotta program all these light patterns and stuff. And then like yeah, I don't know. I think I saw Ableton. I tried to like figure out how to like do some basic stuff with the launch pad. And it was like frustrating me. So I was like, nah, no Ableton. And then like a year later, I got FL Studio, and then I was back on Ableton sooner than I thought. So
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, you
Ripper
gotta might
FL
as well use
Studio
it.
user. This is such a sad day for humanity.
no, I just, like, all the floating windows and all the routing and shit like that really just like was like frustrating me. I was like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna learn any of this. Like, and then I saw that
Right,
Ableton
learning a
was,
new
like,
DAW is always tricky.
yeah, and I just saw
feel like.
Ableton was just like drag and drop, and I was like, bro, it's fucking lit. Like, that's way easier.
Did your knowledge of FL help you to learn Ableton? Or was it kind of you starting from scratch again and sort of picking it up, but just knowing how to sound design and knowing how, like, knowing music theory and knowing how to compose a song?
Yeah, it was kind of just like learning like another software, basically. Like, I mean, like I started using Ableton about 6 years ago at this point, probably. Like, I only used FL Studio for a little bit, like probably like a year or a year and a half out of the process entirely, maybe. Like, I don't know. I didn't really use it that much. But I switched to Ableton.
Oh, so you kind of used to use both or something?
Yeah, I used to use FL
Or-
Studio. But yeah, no more. I think I still
Right.
have it.
What? So
Oh,
are
yeah,
you? Do
that's
you
fair.
still have like
I
your
feel
old
like
project files and stuff from FL Studio? Or have you like
No,
completely?
that was like on a really old computer. It might be on like a. I think I saved a bunch of stuff on a drive somewhere. Like they're probably on like a folder in my computer, but I don't know what it's gonna be called.
Damn.
Wait.
I just
He's
lost
looking
in
at.
the
He's
the
he's
cloud.
in the office. He's looking
He's looking
it
it
up
up
now.
now. Damn.
This is
Oh yeah, I found a bunch of
absolute
project. I
research.
found a folder with project files from like 2018 to 2019. So, but there's
Damn.
but these are all
Whoa.
Ableton projects. So
That's
Like
fair
6
enough.
years ago. Damn.
So
yeah.
how often did you actually like produce when you just first started out? Because like
Oh, like all day, every day. Like that's all that I was doing. Like once I like figured out, like once I made out my first beat in FL Studio or like my first beat in general, then like it was just like an everyday thing. Like I was just like I think
Damn.
because I had the entire summer too, and like when you're like a kid, like you don't have a job, like you don't need to get a job, so you just sit at home and fucking like spend all your time doing one thing. So it's like
Right.
I had all the
lockdown
time in the
fears
world
this
basically.
man. Lockdown
I had all the
fears
time in
this
the world
man.
basically to get good. So I took advantage of that. You know, I just spent all day, every day, like in the DAW and on YouTube. And I think my parents got mad at me. They're like, "Bro, what are you doing? Like, spending all your time on the computer?"
Get down on that damn computer.
Yeah,
Go
like
outside.
yeah.
That's
But no, it's
impressive.
fucking like yeah. I spent like all the time I could. I even did it at school too. Like when I got a laptop, like
Whoa.
I bring it to school, and like I'd be in
Damn,
class, like I'd be locked in on Ableton, like not even pay attention or
you
some
really
shit.
got into it then.
And I had like
Like,
we had like study breaks, so like we had like a what is it called? Fuck. It's just like a study period basically, like but I would just spend that entire period making music too. So basically
whoa.
anytime
How
I could.
good
And
was
then I
the
go home and
laptops
I'd hop
back
on
in the
like
day?
Discord or like, you know, I'd hop on my computer and make more music until like fucking 2 and then wake up at 6 and repeat the cycle.
Fair. How
Just
good were
locked in.
laptops back in
Nice.
the day? Because I presume that it wasn't able to like run these like fully like complete projects that you probably would have now.
Actually, like the Mac I have is from 2019. Like it still stands up. So like, I mean, I still have like all my Ableton stuff on this computer. I still have this computer, but I
It
used it
looks
for
like
like.
Oswald's one. Wait.
Is it
It
all
kind
covered in
of
stickers?
actually
Like,
not really now though.
all covered in stickers.
I did got I mean from my laptop like this one. I
Yeah,
did got rid of
Oh,
my
you got rid of
stickers,
the
but I got
stickers.
another one which has
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
you,
just
and
you had a
like
couple
yeah,
stickers on that
stickers are
one.
fire, dude.
Saw a Skybreak on there, like
Oh yeah.
a couple
Oh yeah,
things.
no.
I
Just
just mean,
stamp
I just
anything
like
that you
collected a bunch
like.
of like stickers from people I've met over the years and shit, like at conventions or like musicians and shit. There's like the form sticker, the fucking Bobo dog thing, bunch of random shit over there.
That's
Fire.
actually so fire.
I got the like
Yeah,
I already
I
gave me
just got
one
first
sticker. I
stickers.
gotta add this to the laptop now, so I gotta figure out where to fucking put
Yo.
this.
Oh,
The monster.
Hey,
Monstercat. Nice.
foreshadowing for later. For later.
Bro,
What
I
do you
was
mean
like, bro,
foreshadowing? We should already segue into that.
I was with Skybreak and like we were like it was like fucking 11 o'clock. Like we just hang out at the festival. He just like reaches in his pocket. He's like, Yeah, I found this in my pocket. You want it? Here you go.
Yeah, here.
It's like
Thanks,
like
bro.
I
dealing
want you to
drugs.
have
Hey,
this.
you want some?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I've got
the
some if you
Monstercat.
need it.
Like I got some
Fire.
Monster Cat if you need it, man.
So then, wait. So as you got older, like you probably got better at sort of producing music. How did you stay motivated during all that time? Because it's a good solid like 6 or 7 years until you sort of clip, which you said, sort of
Yeah.
meeting all these people, starting to get anywhere. So like, what kept you motivated all that time? Were you just like having
Yeah.
so much
I'm
fun?
trying to think. Like, I know. Like, it's like so. Like, a big part of what kind of kept me motivated was like I would listen to music and then I'd hear like how crazy some people's music was sounding, and I was like, bro, like I need to figure that out. Like, I gotta like. I don't know, there's something about like hearing like a really crazy song, and then like I'd listen to my music and be like, bro, this sounds like shit compared to this person. Like, I gotta keep getting better. Like,
Oh my god.
and so like I would just like spend so much time like trying to figure everything out, basically. That's what kind of
Whoa.
motivated me, and especially the clip thing too. And I also feel like being like when I just met Noir, like we were both still kind of like mediocre producing, but like I feel like the encouragement of each other like helped us both get better way faster too. Um, but also clip too, like just being like able to like because like I wanted to make sure my song was gonna get at the top of the leaderboard, like or like top of the website every week. And there was a point where like I think when I stopped using clip, that's like when like I was like every week like they're upvoting my song like hella. So I was like always getting on the leaderboard. Then it was like kind of getting boring to me or something. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Damn.
But like
I got too
no, I
good.
think I just wanted to hone in my skills and kind of get as good as I possibly could with the tools that I had available to me. And I had ample time, so I figured like I just use all of it as like all the time I could to produce.
What
I don't
kept you
know.
like? Who were some of your inspirations during all of that time? Because you said like you went from like genre to genre to genre. So like, who did you listen to and was like, oh yeah, no, that's a really good like song that I want to try and replicate the
Mm,
style of.
trying to think because like a lot of it was like Virtual Riot. I'm trying to
Fire.
I gotta go back into some old playlists and like actually see like what music I had in there to like kind of like get a better answer. But I know for a fact like it wasn't just like dubstep that was inspiring. I think like a big part of it too is like all the experimental trap music, and then also like artists like Alan Moore, and then I really got into drum and bass for a big part of it. I got into like a lot of like the techie like sci-fi drum and bass, and like Meth Lab was a really big like label at that time, which like they posted like a lot of like really interesting, like unique and like experimental music. And it was like I think that was kind of like what helped me like understand and kind of uh you know get used to like or not get used to, but just like yeah, I guess like resonate with that artistic feel to a lot of that music where it's just like not like a drop. It's not just like drop and like drop sounds and then call it a day. It's like really interesting like songwriting and really interesting sounds that put together create a really unique sound palette. And I was like really trying to like figure out like how I can make my sound palette unique and like how I can like expand my palette for like I don't know all kinds of music. Um, so there's not really like one particular artist like that I was looking up to all the time, like trying to like figure out. It was like really just multiple artists, like multiple things, like whatever was like new at that time, whatever new music was coming out at the time. Like I was trying to make my music sound as good as that, basically. Um,
Whoa. Yeah,
but it's really
like
hard. Like my
just
music was definitely not
trying to
sounding as
get
good as that.
better.
Like, what's up?
I'm guessing like just stuff you enjoyed and listened
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
and
exactly.
that's it.
Yeah, it was just stuff that was on my feed or like on my like SoundCloud, on my SoundCloud or something like that. And then like also just like what is it? The Vision or like Noisia Radio too was like always putting out some
Noisia,
crazy new
nice.
tunes. Um and
Whoa.
yeah, I think like there's a time where I just like I focused on drum and bass for like 2 whole years, like a year or two at least. And like, I didn't even touch dubstep or trap or anything like that. And then like trying to come back to dubstep from like spending so much time on drum and bass was like definitely like a different experience because I had more knowledge, but like I forgot how to produce dubstep and I was like getting pissed off. But
I
it's a
Whoa.
always hate when that
process. Like
happens.
yeah, it's just a
And you think
process.
that's still a thing that you listen to something you really enjoy and try to still replicate it?
Yeah, like I'll hear like a lot of like I'll hear some music and then I'll hear like a part in the music and I'll be like, whoa, this is like sick, like or this like I'm like I like especially like in recent times like a lot of the space laser stuff. Like I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with that too. They hear that and they're like, how they get that like that sustain or how they get that crunch sound. It's like I want to figure that out.
Yeah.
It's like I want
Oh,
that
those
technique too.
businesses.
Or it's like even like yeah, I mean it doesn't really happen as much anymore just because kind of like I kind of have an idea for a lot of stuff now. Like I kind of like figure like I kind of like understand like kind of what's going on most of the time now. But I'll still
Mhm.
do a lot of music that kind of surprises me, and it's like, dang, like it's pretty fucking crazy. Like how they make that sound. Like
Nice, man.
It's like Sizzy's music, especially like a lot of their sound design is crazy, and it's like shit. I remember
Sizzy
like
is
in recent
crazy. Like
times,
some
like
of his stuff is so
yeah,
good.
I remember in recent times, like
Yeah.
like some of my homies and like trying to figure that shit out, or like really getting inspired by their sound, and trying to like just kind of create a similar vibe or something. Um, like
It's
there was a
also
point
kind of
like when I was like
fun.
really inspired by Space Laces, I wrote that song Fusion, which is like it's kind of like really heavily Space Laces inspired. It's just like with the sustains and shit in the second drop. Um, but
I love how
yeah,
you
I don't
can
know.
sort of
Like
like DM these artists. Like now you're in a position where it's like, hey, like how did you do this stuff? And like sort of you can
yeah,
ask
I
them
mean
if
like
you really wanted to.
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, whenever I was hanging out with like Leo Tricks, I was like, "Yo, like, have you ever had a studio session with Space Laces?" And then like, he's like, "Oh yeah, bro,
Yeah.
I know the Space Laces technique is like it's just this. Like, I saw him do it. He just does this." And I was like, "Okay, like shit, that
Damn, fucking chill.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's been this fucking crazy. Like their stuff lately has been
How
just way
instrumental
too
is these
real.
like
Yeah.
clip and like these connections that you've got help to sort of grow you as an artist to where you are now? Like how important has it been knowing these people and sort of building with them?
I mean, I'd say like it's very. I feel like it's been very important for me. Like honestly, like I remember like what is it like when I had my first release like ever
Mhm.
like it was on Jadu Dala like some label and it was like it was like some weird experimental trap kind of thing. But I remember like someone just DM'd me and they like were like, "Yo, like I heard Pop It," and then they added me to a server, and the server was just kind of like full of like a lot of the artists that are kind of like getting like more popular now in the scene is like what that server consisted of, and so it was just like a that was like the origin point for like all these connections was just like the small community of people. But like I feel like over time like that the community has grown out. Like it's like evolved. Everyone like is kind of in their own corner. Like like Marsix and Catito and like what else? I like probably like a bunch of other people. I can't just off the top of my head right now, but just
Mhm.
like that was like definitely like being able to be friends with those people like has introduced me to a lot more of the scene now. And I feel like those kind of communities like I don't know because that was such like a right time right place kind of scenario. I feel like it was like if I had gone in that, if I had like started making music like a year later, it would not be the same story. But probably wouldn't know how these people know. So I really just really just was like a right time at the right place kind of thing. Like and that those people like I still talk to a lot of those people like today, like for sure. Um,
I feel like we
like
should.
yeah,
This is a great segue into talking about your more recent stuff, which we should probably like get onto. You've been
Yeah.
very, very successful. You've been on Monstercat. You've done a lot of work, sort of contractually as well, which I want to get onto later because that's a whole nother side of music producing that you've been involved with. Tell
yeah.
me the story of how you started getting like how you got your first release onto Monstercat.
Well, I
How
mean,
did
Ooh.
that start?
well, it was like, what is it? So like, I had already known Bill for a while, but this is like in 2021 or some shit. Like, I flew out for the Porter Robinson Second Sky Festival, and I was like in LA with Paper Skies and Katito, and then Kazuki and some other people. Basically, we were just hanging out, like,
Mhm.
little producer meetup, going to Second Sky. But I remember like Bill lived in San Francisco at the time, and then I was like hitting him up. I was like, "Yo, can I come stay at your place for like a week?" Like, cause like I'm gonna be in the area and I could fly out later. And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So I just went and stayed with him for a while. We started working on a bunch of songs. I think we started like 15 songs when I was there together, probably like, just a ton of stuff. But one of them was like that song "Big Cordy Boy," And then the other one with like the one with the one with the Whittler was just one like I was just at his computer and he was like, "Yo, you want to hop on this song?" And I was like, "Bet." So like that was kind of the genesis, but like we had started those songs and we just didn't really finish them for so long. But like before, like he was like it was in the works basically. He was like, "Yo, I'm planning on like doing an album with Monstercat. I was wondering if you want to have a couple songs like these 2 songs on the album." I was like, "Yo, like yeah, I'd be
Damn.
super down." And that was like after like the Phantasmagoria album that he did, and he was like super adamant about having like multiple collabs with me on those albums for sure. So like he kind of like helped me. I think Bill for sure helped me like the most out of any like artist I've known, like kind of get my shit together because like he really inspires me with like the way he's so business minded with his music. Like it's not just about like putting out music and hoping people listen to it so you get paid, but he's about like setting up those long term like and like income streams basically, like getting like sync licenses and like doing lessons and tutorials and videos and stuff.
Oh,
But yeah, no, like yeah, so like basically the way I got on Monstercat was kind of just like word of mouth. It's like we were like already had these songs and he wanted to put them on the album, so like I got put in the loop basically.
Fair. How did you get to know Mr. Bill initially? Like, how did you actually start knowing him? Because I know he has a Patreon and you were subscribed to it. Did you just sort of meet him through the Patreon and sort of get to know each
No,
other?
the way I met on it, the way I got connected with him was like so random for sure. Like I was with my friend Sofro. Like I think I was like 17 at the time, but we
no,
like
no.
we're both like DJing. Like we were going, excuse me, we were going like back to back at like some room party and like some furry party at like a furry convention one year. And like we like DJ'd and stuff, and we hung out at the convention. And the next day we hopped on Discord and we like made a song together. Basically, we started the idea of Too Complicated like on a call one afternoon, and then and Sofra was like, "Yo, like I'm in the Mr. Bill server, and I talk in there pretty much like pretty often. Like I can try to sing this song to Bill to see if he'd like want to collab on it. Like we could just like shoot our shot." And then sure enough, Bill was like, "Yo, this is fucking sick. I'm like he's like, excuse me, he's on to hop on the song."
Yeah.
Fair.
Fucking got all excited there. But no, it was really just
Whoa.
like we shot our shot. It's like one of the things that I've learned over the years too is like never hurts to ask like anyone any questions. Like when I couldn't get much out of tutorials for a while, I just started DMing artists like, "Yo, how did you make this sound?" Like I would just ask them personally, and like 80% of them wouldn't reply. But it's like it's just like fuck it. Like it didn't do any harm that they didn't reply. I didn't get my
Yeah,
answers.
well, what do you have to lose? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
basically.
So it's like this. It was like the same thing with the Bill situation. Like, and Bill ended up really liking that song, and then like he DM'd me, and like actually, I think I had DM'd him first like years ago, and he just never replied. But then like he DM'd me and was like, "Yo, like I was checking out your music. You're pretty fucking sick." Like, and then we kind of just started
Damn.
talking, like having just like conversations about sound design and shit, just random like techniques and topics, like I did with Noir. Like that's kind of just like what this entire industry feeds off of is like the knowledge. And it's like, if you have knowledge to
Fair,
share,
yeah.
and then someone else has knowledge to share, like, bro, you're gonna be best friends, bro, because like that knowledge just keeps flowing. Like that's everything, like with production and like just those connections for sure. But no, Bill, like, yeah, like that's kind of how I got to know him. Really, like we kind of just got closer over the years from just talking and like hang out a bunch and like sharing techniques and ideas and like he'd send me songs and I'd give him feedback and then like he'd be like, "Yo, that's like I didn't think about that," or I give him like techniques and like racks and stuff, and he started using those racks, and it would start changing his sound. Like I don't know,
Oh,
like
damn.
over the like before I knew Bill, like he was making like IDM music, but then he started making like dubstep and like shifting his style a lot after I started giving racks and stuff. But like I don't want to say it's like all me, but like it's kind of fucking sick. Like sometimes you can have an influence on someone without even realizing it. It's like that shit's nuts.
Right.
So how did
But
it get to
Whoa.
then you remixing a Virtual Riot song and your song getting remixed by Virtual Riot? Because you were talking before about how big of an inspiration sort of Virtual Riot was in terms of like getting started with producing and
yeah,
Mhm.
getting to know it. So how
Getting
was
into
it
the
that like
rhythm.
one of your biggest inspirations when you were first started, like it ended up you working with him several times and sort of
It's
doing
it's
that.
all it's like I feel like people think it's like a lot of like behind the scenes communication and like getting to meet. I've never even really talked to Virtual Riot. Like I'll be completely honest. I've never even really talked to them. The collab like kind of happened because Bill was like, "Yo, I have this Chroma remix like I'm doing for Bill. Like you want to collab?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yeah, dude, I want to collab on that. That's like the song of the album. Yeah, I'm down to collab." And then like
yeah.
that was basically it. And then like the Virtual Riot remix was a surprise. Like I didn't really know about that until like a couple months before.
You just got
And
flashbanged.
He just
And Bill was
released it and said,
like,
"Love,
by the
yeah,
way, here's
here you go."
a Virtual Riot remix. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, when did that
Of
even
your
happen?
song.
Like,
Damn.
but
If that happened to me, I would just die, pretty much.
yeah, I was like so gassed up for a while. I was like, yo.
I mean, anyone, I guess.
Yeah,
Would
for
you
sure.
still want to reach out to him and sort of say like, "Hey, thanks"? Like, have you even like said, "Oh wow, this is sick," or like, have you just not talked to him?
I'm gonna find like our DMs on Twitter. That shit's so funny.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was sure just like, yo, and then
Because I
2
met
days
him
later,
at
yo.
Monstercat, and then like I was just like fucking with him. Like it was so funny.
Oh man.
Oh
Me and my
God.
homies kept commenting on his post like nano Glockins, and he was like really fucking confused.
Oh my God.
Fire.
This is
Honestly,
actually send it afterwards, and I'll have to like include a picture of it in the editing, because this is about to be like the most. Hold on, let's. My post lost fire, bro. Oh my!
You're actually gonna
God.
edit these videos.
Oh wait, hold on. Oswald, you have to.
Yeah,
see
I need
this.
to see this. My post last lunch friend brain. Do I read it?
What does it even mean? Like, does it even have a meaning, or is it just something which you find, like you just said, which you find funny? This is how Virtual Riot will find out what it means, bruh. This is how he knows.
I'm not talking about the DMs. Like he also like DM me. He just said, "Hey, did you hear the remix I did for you and Bill?" Like, no.
What? So he's the one that told you?
I said, yeah, like, yeah. I mean, like, I think Bill. I don't. This like happened so long ago. I think Bill probably sent it to me first, and like he hit me up like, "Yo, like I did this remix," and it was like, "Check it out. Here's the final."
Check it out.
Damn.
Yo,
Wait,
dude.
that's my brain's completely fried now. That's actually so funny. So wait, so
Well, like out of nowhere, kind of.
have you worked
Yeah.
with like many other labels apart from Monstercat? Like I know you've gotten on Disciple as well. Because of the
Disciple,
the Mr. Bill.
Trying to think like Halcyon for sure was like a really big part of my like growth as an artist. That was like a really good label, and like people there amazing for sure. Full Flex Audio for a while. Trying to think. I did Exobolt recently, like last year.
So you've been kind of here and there in terms of like just working with the EDM community and sort of releasing stuff.
For sure. I did a lot of stuff for Forum too. I did like 4 or 5, or actually like 6 all-nighters probably. And then I even did Forum Fest, and
All of them.
I did like the first Forum Fest one year too. Like I think that was 2 or 3 years ago now.
Damn, that's so you kind of did those like working with those sort of labels. How did that motivate you as an artist to sort of keep going and like how did that sort of help you sort of grow? Did it change your style at any point as well? Which I'm also quite.
No, if anything, it kind of reinforced it. Like it's like I saw people were like really enjoying like the stuff I was putting out, so I felt better about what I was making. Like I'm like a mega perfectionist, so it's like if something isn't like kind of going the way I want it to, or like isn't sounding right, like I start overthinking it like hella. But I think like especially form and like just challenging myself and being able to get like a positive reaction on music kind of helped me like feel a lot better about what I was doing. Kind of want to keep doing it because there's like it's like you get like that dopamine when you release music and people are like, "Yo, this is fucking sick." It makes you want to like keep doing more of it. Basically, it's like I haven't released music in a minute, so I haven't felt that dopamine in a while, but like I'm working on it for sure. Releasing more music pretty soon.
What are one of your next projects then as an artist? Give us like some teasers into the future. Like what's in store for Eliderp
exclusives.
Definitely like an EP. Like I want to do another EP for sure. And like I'm trying to like really go down like a more artistic route with my music. Like I'm at the point now where it's like, label releases are cool, but it's like it's a lot of extra like stuff, a lot of extra branding on the project that's not truly like all yours. And it's like I really want to focus on like my vision as an artist rather than like, working with a label to create a vision. I'd rather like put all my eggs in one basket with like this art and the music and the songwriting and like the style and like put something out that's like completely me rather than like, release with like a label or like alongside a label. Cause I feel like overall that's just like how that just helps with like my brand identity and stuff. But like, no, definitely I have like a lot of music planned like for an EP for sure. And it's not just like like it is like a lot of dubstep and stuff. I've been working on like a dubstep for sure. But I just want like I don't know, I've been working on my style like for a long time and trying to just like develop like something that's completely me where it's like I don't know, it doesn't like just rant like weird sounds and like a combinate like cool sound palettes, like just vibes that like I don't know, I'm all about capturing like an experience or a vibe in the music that I make and like I'm kind of trying to push forward this year and like next year, with like the stuff I put out.
Guessing self-releasing is sort of better for you, like as well, because you've got a pretty decent community. You've got a Discord server, which everyone should totally check out in the description.
Yeah, I feel like
in the description.
You got a YouTube channel as well, which has got like 2K on it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Like, how did you start to form that community and sort of get
Dude,
some of those people?
I started like making tutorials when I had like no knowledge of production, and like surprisingly enough, bro, like that's honestly what I didn't like even like really think about that this entire time. But like that really helped like speedrun my audience because I'd post like I think I posted a video like how to sidechain with volume shaper, and it got like 12,000 views on YouTube, and so people are like,
Whoa.
"Yo, cool tutorial! You help me out so much because it's like really short and it's just straight to the point." I just started posting videos like of like, oh, how to make a bass like that sounds like this and shit like that. People were like watching it and enjoying it, and like that's like the thing about production content is like that shit can pop off really quickly, and like people can like just make a living off of that shit, if you do it right. But that helped me like get a Discord community kind of going at that time when I was just posting videos.
How's your Discord server?
Let me see. I wonder if I can check. And I like check the date it was created. Like
maybe try like
think you
click your
can,
profile actually. Like hold on. I think I know of a way to check.
Yeah, you just go to.
Oh damn it! I have streamer mode on.
Oh yeah, June 2018.
Yeah.
Damn.
June 2018. Nice.
So that's actually
almost 7
kinda,
years old. That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
So how is it sort of growing an audience of like you've got 1K people in your Discord, you've got 2K sort of. How long did it take you to sort of build up that kind of audience? Like, did it happen basically immediately with like that viral video, or did it take a bit longer to sort of get you to know what you're doing and how to like upload
the ball rolling.
the thumbnails and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just like when I was doing those videos like ages ago, I didn't even make thumbnails. I kind of just was like, fuck it, like let me just upload this video.
Fair enough.
And like now it's like I mean like I don't know how I don't really know how long it took me. I mean like I feel like I've had like a slower growth than a lot of other artists out there for sure. Like that kind of like pop up really quickly. Like I know like a bunch of people like have grown like hella fast, but like I'm kind of just still chilling, like on my little up curve, like slowly. I'm not in any rush. Like I'm kind of just here for the ride, like making tunes,
having fun with
like,
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what like. That's like it's like
nice.
I don't know, like the authenticity at the end of the day, like that kind of raw like passion is what people really gravitate towards. At the like for sure, like people like to see like people will like do listen to anything you do if they can tell you're passionate about it. If you can tell you really have like this is like your passion, what you want to do, like they'll like sit there and listen. If you're just like talking about like your favorite plugin or something, they can just hear like the passion, like. And so
if you're having fun, they'll have fun too.
Yeah, exactly. So like I think that's why a lot of people like kind of gravitated towards those videos is because like I was just like some kid in his bedroom like geeking over like a serum preset, like yo, this is like you can turn the FM knob, but it'll fucking like make the sound crazy, and like it's like yo, you can do this. I don't know,
Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Well, like that's
And
just like me, like
for instance,
you
look
know,
at me.
fucking
I'm
around.
just having a blast now.
Yeah, no, exactly. But like I don't know, people kind of enjoy that content for sure. I think that's why helping
That's
kind of grow
sick.
an audience on YouTube. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like think much about my audience. That like just like I don't really like worry about it too much. I kind of just like fucking put things out there. You know, hope some people enjoy it at this point. I'm trying to get better
That's
about that for
that's
sure.
that's a really nice thing to hear, especially because nowadays I feel like there's so much like people do it for money and people do it because they want to be famous, but sometimes it's more so about actually enjoying the process rather than having like I
Yeah.
want
No, I
to
was
get
talking
to
to I
like
was
this end result.
yeah, I was talking to Dan about that too. It's like a lot of people are really focused on like the short term of things and the way
Dan
people
is
are like
Paper
really
Skies,
feeling.
by the way, for those who are
Yeah,
yeah.
Mm.
but they're like really focused on like the short term of things and like the like you make a post and you worry about how people are gonna feel about it, you know. But like the reality is people aren't gonna even worry about that the next day. They're not gonna remember your post the next day. Like so, it's like just fucking like keep posting things and just have fun. Basically, is what I kind of like took away from like that kind of shit. It's just, people like to hear like music, you know.
Fair,
Doesn't really
yeah.
matter like finish or not. Like I always like
Yeah,
worry about
pretty
like you
much.
know should I put this song out? It's like not completely like 100% the way I want it to. It's like it's good enough. Like at that point, it's like fucking just release it, bro. Like you can always make more music. Like so, I'm
Fair,
trying to get better
yeah.
about that. For sure.
Just having like just do it anyway because you never know
Yeah,
what could happen to it.
yeah, exactly. Because that's like that was my case. Like I just like put things out and I didn't realize that many people would enjoy it. You know, and people enjoyed stuff, and it's like shit. I don't know.
Oh,
We're
that's
But
gonna
like
nice.
move completely like the flip side of it and start talking
Yeah,
about contract
segue.
work as well, which is like the
oh
complete
yeah,
opposite of it.
I guess no, I can no, it
The
feeds into
opposite
it
of
'cause,
having
like
fun.
yeah, no, it feeds into it because like posting things can have unexpected results for sure. Like if you just post things on SoundCloud, like bro, I got a DM from some person one day and was like, "Hey, like I work with this Chinese company and like I we do music for PUBG Mobile, Valorant, Honor of Kings, and that kind of
You've
stuff.
been
Would you
on
be interested?"
Valorant?
In,
Oh,
like yeah,
Oh, oh
yeah.
wait,
I
but
that's
mean,
they're like,
like, I
yeah,
actually
we
think
so
do.
they're
sick.
the same producers, right? I feel like
What's up?
they're the same producers. Like I don't remember Riot Games. I don't know if they
Riot
Oh
made
Games,
yeah.
yeah, they
I
do
know
all
some
of
people
them.
doing work for Riot too. Um, but no, they just reached out
Mhm.
like yo, like yeah, we heard your music on SoundCloud. We're like, I'm really like really big fan of what you're doing, like kind of thing. And I was like, damn, I didn't even realize people in China could go on SoundCloud. I guess if you have a fucking VPN, you can. But it just goes to show, bro, the unexpected. I've gotten so many crazy opportunities from just someone reaching out and like asking a question or like saying something. It's like that just happens like in those random ways. Um,
Whoa,
I remember you
I
told me that at the start you thought it
nice.
was a scam. Like
I
at
did, yeah. I
first,
thought it was a scam, bro. Like, and all my friends did too. They were like, "Bro, it's some Chinese person. Like, they're gonna like exploit you for the work you're doing." And I did the work and I got paid. And I was like, "Well, suck it, guys. Here's my
Well,
contract."
yeah. And now my music's on PUBG Mobile, so what are you gonna do
Yeah.
about
And then like
that?
I think
Nice.
I think out of all my friends, like Zenith was like the only one to really be like, "Yo, like, what's this like you're doing?" And like I got him like involved, and now it's just me and him. Like we worked with this company, just they give us projects. I can't really like talk about uh, a lot of them right now because they're
DMCA
not
and
finished.
not DMCA. What's it
Yeah, like
called?
D like fucking I don't know why don't I forget
The
that shit?
non-disclosure. That's it. You
Yeah,
can't.
in
Yeah.
NDA, yeah. But yeah, a lot of them are
DCMA.
NDA.
Legal shit.
Like I can't really talk about like
Yeah,
what
I was thinking about
they're
that.
for, like what the projects are, but just a lot of like music and different styles for sure. Just a lot of like fucking I don't know. I feel like that also like 2 3 years ago, I got to a point where I was like kind of like I wasn't learning as much anymore about like production. Like I feel like I kind of like knew a bunch of stuff, but like these projects I've been doing recently, like they've shown me like a new light of production. There's still so much to fucking learn. Like when they
Hmm.
tell you like
Sure.
you've been making dubstep for like 7 years and then you get hit with like, okay, I need some orchestral Chinese traditional music, like electronic orchestral Chinese music. You're like, fuck, that changes like everything I thought about production. Like
You
I
have
can't
to do
just
like
approach
something
it.
completely different. Like
Yeah, I can't
Orchestral
approach it.
used to.
electronic Chinese music, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't
What's it
approach it from
like
like a dubstep perspective.
working
I got to
like
approach it from like a cinematic, like orchestral perspective, and then I got to like research the instruments and like the region they're in, and then like also the way they're
Hmm.
played. I got to like look for like recordings of people playing these instruments, like just solo, and then like chop them up and sample them and like resample them, and then like I don't know, it's like, bro, it's crazy like how deep production can get. Like there's so much to learn still. And like in recent times I've been like learning, I've been like just understanding more about compression, like and limiting and soft clipping and EQ and like mixing and like so many all the subtle details of that shit. Like I don't know, there's so much stuff like all compounds on each other, all adds on each other, but like the knowledge never runs out. There's never a lack of knowledge in the music scene. Like there's always more
It
stuff
goes
to
deep.
learn. And like that just honestly that keeps me going too. Is like there's still so much to get good at. There's still so much to like be better at, you know? So many skills to improve on
Yeah.
still.
What's it like actually working for these companies? Because you had a song recently for PUBG Mobile, was it? I think you had something recently. How is it sort of like working with these companies and seeing your end result be put on a game and sort of also being able to be paid for your work, which I get isn't like the main benefit, but it's still something where it's nice to have this, like, you can see the result and also in your bank account, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Like, so like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people when they think like, oh, this person made music for a game, it must have been like such a chill process. Like, nah, it's fucking like it's a lot of work. Like the thing I'm working on now, like I think like I'm at the point where it's like it sounds pretty damn good, but they still have feedback, they still have things I need to change, and so it's like always like constant like revisions. It's like more revisions basically. Like you'll send the original idea and they'll be like, okay, this sounds good, but and then you'll send a new version and it's like, okay, this is better, but and then like you'll keep editing and keep fixing it, and it's like the deadlines too. Sometimes like I'll like the PUBG mobile song, I'll spend like so long on it, and then they'll hit me up like, hey, like can we have these changes by tomorrow? Like it's like, yeah, sure, I'll work on them tomorrow, and it's like then I had work and I have to come home from work at 11 o'clock, and then like 11 o'clock for me is like 1 p.m. like 1 p.m. the next day in China. So like when they want something due on the 25th, I actually have to submit it on the 24th before I go to bed. So it's like there's always like
Oh yeah, I forgot you were working at Walmart before you quit in order to do the like full-time music producing.
Yeah, because I just got they kept giving me more and more projects. Like there was a point where I had like 11 projects at one point, and I was still clocking into work. And I was like, bro, like I'm not gonna be able to do all these projects, you know, and finish them in time. Like if I have to be at work 4 days a week, like for 8 hours every day, and it's like it's just not gonna work. So like, it's really why I quit. But like, no, like, even like the boss of this company, you know, explained to me, he's like, we were like when we called like a while ago, he's like, it's like the people who get paid the most, like who work for me, like are like, you know, putting in like the most hours. Like they don't really get much free time because there's so much work. That's like a lot of work, like to produce music for large scale projects, because it's not just like the way you want it to be. The client has a really specific vision for like the song, and you have to tailor that vision. And it's like you're also competing with other producers, because they don't just reach out to me, they reach out to like 8 other producers as well. Like say they give them the same brief, especially for the PUBG song. Like it was a competition. Like they gave like a bunch of producers the same brief, and I know it was a competition because the like when the person hit me back up saying like, hey, the client has decided to proceed with your version, so that means like there's other versions they are like listening to. And so it's like it really forced me to step up my game too and like produce like in like really high quality work, because like if there's a really big project, I want to like secure that. I don't want to like do all this music and then like, you know, they're like, hey, they didn't get submitted, like move on to the next project, I guess. It's like I don't get paid for that. I want to like
I was gonna ask, like the one they choose is the one that gets paid too.
Yeah, basically. And like the client has a budget for like those projects basically. I'm pretty sure at least like they have like a budget for like all the things that go into it, like the mixing. Because like after I make the song, it has to go to like the mixing engineer, and so like they have to pay that guy too. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, the deadlines are like tight. It's a lot of hard work for sure, and like I have to like, you know, sit at my computer sometimes for like 10 hours at a time and like fucking grind. Like I might have to do that today with like one of these projects I have, because there's like it's like a lot of it's like it's pretty complicated. There's a lot of different moving parts, and I don't have a demo yet, and they want one like tomorrow basically. So it's like
damn.
I gotta like really lock in. But I mean, their work is rewarding. You know, hard work, happy life is how I see it. I gotta put the hard work in first to like, you know, reap the benefits later on.
Yeah,
How
that's
many
fair enough.
revisions does each song take on average? Like how many times do you have to like go over it before it actually gets sent off?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Sometimes it's like sometimes it's like fucking 10 plus times. Like, you know, like sometimes I'll
whoa.
sometimes I'll make the song and then like the person I'm like working with, like who I like talking to is like, hey, this sounds great. Like, we'll send it to the client, and then the client comes back like, actually, this section needs to be over here. It needs to be there's the wrong melody over here. You need to put these chords here, and so it's like I'll finish making a song, and then I'll get revisions like, oh yeah, you got to change it all up. You got to fucking remake a new section now. It's like fuck, bro. Like sometimes it's just it can be like a lot sometimes. So like maybe like 10 plus revisions, I'd say. But there's also like those projects that are like I'll kind of hit the nail on the head the first time around, and like it'll be like 2 or 3 things like I gotta fix, and then it's good to go.
Yes. Finally,
Nice.
yes. Just like a pure
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ecstasy when you figure
yeah.
like first time
Oh, dude,
round
it's the
is
best shit ever. Yeah, I sent a
Mm.
project back recently, and like the boss of the company like replied, and like he was like, "Love it, man, you genius." And I was like, "Yes, let's go." And then the guy like he was giving
Finally.
the feedback, hit me back up saying, "Actually, this section needs to be more filled." I'm like, "Oh, okay, back to work."
no,
Like,
you
have my moments for too long.
got duped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Kind of
faked
reminds me
out.
of the Jazz Honey meme.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
It's just it's like an
Well, but
iterative.
like, at least it's kind of. I mean, I assume for you it's enjoyable to work on these projects too, right?
Yeah, because like it's not just like it's like I get to see like not just the music but also the behind the scenes of like these really big, like these really important projects for games. I get to see them like before they're even like the animation's even done. It's just like a storyboard of like animators like drawing
Ooh.
individual frames and stuff, and like so it's like I get to see like everything kind of come together. You know, with my music being like one of the elements that helps the team put the rest of the song the stuff together. Like sometimes they can't finish the video unless they have the music. So it's cool. Like I'll send like back the first demo, and like they'll come back with like a new, you know, revisions, and they'll have like updated videos, updated graphics, and it's like, well, it's fucking sick. Like there's really a team of people out there like putting my fucking song in their programs and like editing around it. It's like, well, it's fucking crazy. Like so
Nice. Yeah,
that's
that's
what like keeps me kind of
cool.
going with that stuff. Like it's just I love the behind the scenes work for projects. I think that's just pretty
Definitely,
cool. That's
yeah.
kind of like my passion where my passion is at recently for sure.
All right, I
Nice.
feel like we're getting to the end of the episode here. So yeah, Oswald,
Oh,
do you wanna?
we're already down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
gone
lost
by
track
so
of time
fast.
for
Like
real.
this recording's been so fun. Like
No,
just
but that's cool.
No, it's great.
All right then. So, oh yeah, well, to wrap it up, I actually like we've been talking about, of course, about a lot of music. So we're going. I want to ask you, like, what are your personal favorite songs, EP albums, artists? What would you recommend to the people listening right now to listen
Let me
to?
see. Let me go. I have like some things on my playlist. So I was like adding. Let me see.
Yo, we're getting the answer. Let's go.
drop the playlist.
I
Drop the
think
playlist. Yeah.
Niall Ashley is pretty fire. I'll drop this playlist. I just have songs. I'll send you a link. But like some artists I'm really enjoying like Niall Ashley. I'll type that name
Mhm.
out somewhere. They've been putting out some really crazy music and like doing all these videos themselves too, which has like inspired me a lot. It's like with the you know the art direction of music and like it can just be more than just the song. It can be like a whole vision behind it, like a whole like fucking crazy like
Nice.
thing. Um,
Yeah.
More Kismet as well has been popping off
More
like for
Kismet's been
sure. Like
doing really, really well lately.
releasing some crazy tunes. Like I mean, they're fucking they're always crazy, bro. Like they're always making some crazy music. So shout out More Kismet for real. Um,
Fire.
then also like I think Duskus too. Like Duskus is pretty fire too. Fucking love Duskus.
Mhm.
Quickly has been like on repeat as well. They've just dropped a new album. I think it's called like uh I don't know. I forgot. But it's a good album for
Mhm.
sure. Really fire album. And then Tennyson
I'll
too.
find it and I'll link it somewhere. I need what I want to like make a playlist with like all of the songs that the people recommend and like just put it in a big playlist for everyone to listen
Oh,
to.
that would be actually fucking fire. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you
I'll
have a
probably
I have
podcast.
I'll find it
it's
and link it
2024.
somewhere. Definitely, yeah.
There's
Nice.
just a bunch of like random. There's just kind of like tunes that I fuck with in here.
Hmm.
So it's like it says 2024, but it's I've been adding stuff from like this year into it as well. It's like how many songs are
Yeah.
in this? Like almost 200 songs in this playlist.
Damn.
Um, Let's see here.
I'm seeing none of your songs in the playlist, which is quite the shame.
Yeah, I feel like I
Damn.
listen to like a pretty wide variety of music, honestly, like not just dubstep, but also just like anything that I think is unique and like really like kind of makes a statement or like, sticks out to me in like a cool way. Like I'm always hunting for things I've never heard before for sure.
No, because
Like
how have I seen Chime and Lady Gaga in the same playlist? That's such a
fire.
bass playlist. Like that's I'm scrolling through it now. It looks pretty
oh
cool.
yeah, that's right. I do have Lady Gaga on that playlist, bro, because that song's fire, bro. Like
Yeah,
shit,
right.
bro. I came on the radio one day when I was at
Nice.
work and I was like, bro,
Yeah.
I need that shit.
Barbie
Dude,
Girl,
not gonna lie, making
Barbie
a
Girl
playlist
by
for
Aqua. Like,
Bro, that song is
Yeah.
a banger, bro. I'm not gonna don't yeah, that song is a banger, bro. Like fuck.
but
Like
then right under that is Skrillex. Like the two opposite worlds colliding. Skrillex and Aqua
yes.
Barbie Girl.
dude, yeah, it's
Fire.
good.
This is such a cool playlist though. It's got so much different stuff on it.
I mean, it's kind of like my playlist. Like, I just got classical music and then freaking bangarang.
Banger.
Yeah, bro. Which is whatever
Yeah.
I like goes into a playlist basically, and that's kind of just like on repeat most of the time.
Fair,
Yeah, add more
fair.
music
I
to the
can't
playlist, though.
disrespect.
Nice.
I can't try and argue against it because like all the songs on here are pretty cool. We've got a couple of Mr. Bill, Paper Skies. Dr. P has been killing it.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah.
Nice.
Far Away is such a good
Allswell.
song as well. Far Away is such a banger. All
Yeah.
the old Tristam songs are so good.
Hugh Hardy, Lawrence
Nice.
Hart is a pretty fire as well. Or some good artists, especially Lawrence Hart's been putting out some cool kind of like garagey disco like club stuff. It's pretty fucking nice.
Fair. All right. We've got to the end of the episode, so I always do this.
Damn.
Eli, now's your time to sort of shout out anything. If you want to promote any projects, if you want to sort of, now's your time to say whatever you want at the end for the people who are still listening.
Plug yourself in and say whatever you
Exactly.
want.
Or do it, or pull a quartz zone and then make me like
Yeah. And just
roll over.
throw flowers at us. Yeah.
If you guys need lessons, if you guys need some lessons and some quick tips on like some production and basically anything, hit me up, send me a DM. Yeah.
That's it.
Let's
Like,
go.
Shout out Noir, shout out NSI, shout out the gang, shout out Dobie, good people, good times.
Nice.
damn.
Good
yeah.
times.
Are they all in your?
Sweet.
They're all in your Discord, right? All
Yeah,
the
I think
homies.
so. Yeah. Shout
Yeah.
out Joe B. Shout out Joe B. Shout out Papers guys.
You're just shout out all your friends.
Shout out Kodra, let's get it.
Everyone,
Shout out
You know
everyone.
a lot of people. What about your Patreon as well? Like you gotta go subscribe to that as
Yeah,
well.
your patrons.
Oh yeah. Go subscribe to the
Your
Patreon.
patrons too.
I'm gonna start popping off on there. I'm gonna start uploading videos. Dub Sesh episode 2 gonna come soon. New Patreon pack gonna come
Yes.
soon in the next couple days. New video. You know the drill.
Everything.
Yeah.
Let's go. Nice.
Yeah, it's all in the description. Go follow us as well because I want the social status.
Money.
And the money.
Follow these guys.
Yeah.
For sure.
If I look
Let's
on
go.
Twitter and I haven't gained a follower, I might cry. But it is what it
You're
is.
cooked.
Oh well. It is
Nah,
what
but it's all in the description if you want to check it out. Thank you so much to Eli. You've been such a great guest, and I've had it's such a great time talking to you and sort of breaking down everything in your sort of career. Once again, my name is Henry, also known as Hank Ray. I have been joined by Oswald, aka Oswald. Thank you to the special guest
That's
Eli,
me.
Eli, Elijah. Eliderp, whatever you call him.
Derpy. Yeah.
Derpy as well.
Yeah, you can call me anything as long as I kind of know what you're trying to get.
Anything. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, thank you so
Nice.
much for listening in, and we'll see you in the next episode.